It's just like background music.
Yeah, it trips me out a little bit.
It forces us to get to it quicker.
Well, I'm used to hearing this go 3 times and then kick.
And it's not going to do that.
No, it's going to go for 1 minute and 9 seconds, and then we're going to have to be there.
Did you go to Starbucks today?
Twice.
For real?
Yes.
You brought me Starbucks.
Yeah, I went
Thank
back.
you for that, by the way.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah, do you?
I like coffee.
Sugar water. That's from Men in Black.
Do you make coffee at your house?
Do I make coffee at my house?
Yeah, before you. Yeah, you do
Yes.
sometimes.
Yeah,
sometimes.
I do a lot. I just used my last thing of Onyx this morning. So
dang.
I kind of want to go to Northwest Arkansas tomorrow just to get it. Okay, mumble. What are we talking about today?
We're really talking about what's really going on at Starbucks. Like what's going on behind the scene at Starbucks. Like why Starbucks is your actual bank.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of money going through that place.
That's not just like, here's your coffee.
Yeah, they're laundering our money.
They got to clean the money. Ozark.
We gotta clean.
I watch that show while I look at my sports cards.
Clean.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the Tyler and Neil Explain Everything podcast. Now officially your 4th favorite podcast. Hit the subscribe button and make sure you go to patreon.com/explain everything to get exclusive episodes. Looks like we made it.
3 times and it's over.
Yeah, I mean,
know.
seriously, when it kicks,
Yep,
I'm like, okay,
yep.
we got to hurry. And then I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, yeah, we have a minute
We have
and 9 seconds.
It's a minute. Thank you, Joseph, for that, by the way.
Thanks, Joseph, for doing
really
that.
appreciate you.
Did you pay him for that?
I'm going to pay him all of our Patreon money.
Hey.
Here's $2.40.
Which he should be on. We literally promote him every episode.
Every time. Seriously, his response after we got done with the whole process back and forth, he goes, hey, man, I got to take care of you guys. Anything from my kings. I was like, wow.
Sick.
Bow
LeBron
down.
James.
Yeah.
The kid from Akron.
He's out there.
King James.
He's out there.
I just think it was arrogant
KGB.
that he called himself King James, but it was mostly just straight jealousy
Yeah.
that we both graduated class 03 and he's like funny and smart and
You're those
really
things.
good at sports.
You're those things. You're
No.
all 3 of those things.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I'm going to Arkansas Tech University. Don't know what my major is. I'll change it a few times.
He didn't go to Arkansas Tech, did he? So
No, he
you
has
got
no
him
college
on that.
hours.
No, yeah, he's not.
Yeah, LeBron, you may be
He's
better than
pretty
me
smart.
in every way, but I have more degrees than you because you've been focusing on
You do.
sporty sports.
You tried to give me one of your degrees the other day.
I did try to give you a degree.
Tyler has so many degrees. I was
I wish
talking
I
to
had
somebody
98
from
degrees.
the UK and Canada yesterday.
Yeah.
And they were like, so tell me like a little bit more about Tyler.
Oh.
And I was like, what are you talking about? They're like, we're really interested. They said, if we ever come to Arkansas, we would love to meet him and hang out with him. I said,
All right.
don't you dare.
You don't want that
you-
life. You don't want that. It's like no regrets.
Like, yeah, no
Don't-
regrets.
Yeah.
We're talking about Starbucks.
Yeah, but not just Starbucks.
Yeah, Starbucks is actually your bank. You just don't know it
Yeah,
yet.
Starbucks is banking on you.
They are 100%.
They are their own cryptocurrency, almost.
They actually are almost there.
Yeah.
We'll get into some of the science behind that, some of the math behind that.
Mathematics, Starbucks Academy likes to swag.
So we are. What happened to me? Why did I just lose it? I checked out for about 10 seconds.
I was like, oh my
went
God.
to the library and I didn't even check out a book.
I don't even speak Kevorkian. Is that what you were doing? You know, because I brought you that card.
It's incredible.
It's a Star Wars Wide Vision Empire Strikes Back card.
It's so cool.
I had the whole like set. It was like I have the whole set, but I had a bunch of like a whole stack of cards, and I was like, he isn't even gonna want one of them. So I was like, I'll just give him one.
I want this one.
And then I just found a box last night, and it had complete sets of Star Trek. And I was like, I don't think Neil's ever talked about Star Trek, or I would have given it as like with like a matching Star Trek binder.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty sick, but I didn't give it to you
Search your feelings.
because you don't like. Is that from Star Trek?
You know it to be true. No, it's
You
Star
know,
Wars.
Star
That's from
Wars.
this card. Yeah.
Well,
The reason we're talking about Starbucks.
what if you have to trek to get to the war?
Oh my gosh, my dad is a fan of both, but he used to get upset, like visually and verbally upset with people who
only
call
two
it
ways to be.
Star Trek.
That's like that 2005 study by Dr. Meyer talking about the cognitive theory of multimedia learning,
Myers-Briggs?
where he talks about visual and audio are the only two ways to conceptualize multimedia. So that's how your dad did that.
Well, when I get my haptic suit on, it's a little different. I can feel multimedia.
Oh, there!
Oh.
Yikes!
leaks.
My obliques are shaking.
I don't have any of those. The reason we're talking about Starbucks today is about 2 weeks ago, 2 stores in Buffalo voted yes to unionize. It's actually, the term is called unionization, which sounds a lot like immunization.
Oh,
Okay.
no. Depending on what Facebook post you read, they're the same thing.
You need to get off Facebook and get your face in the book.
Oh, snap.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, maybe get off Facebook and get on Facebook.
Oh, the Facebook is the best.
Facebook.com.
Yep. Facebook.com. So these executives, these bigwig guys from Seattle, from Starbucks headquarters, they shut it down. The suits, they flew in. Hey, speaking of suits, they flew into Buffalo. And they had this big meeting. Some of them thought that they were actually going to go visit the guy on a Buffalo, and they're not. That was a very different meeting.
That would have been fun, though.
Hi, on a Buffalo.
Zoom. Go on a Buffalo.
Yeah, it's good. So the execs are trying to maintain. So here's why this is important. They shut it down. What was the problem with union is it gets between the people that own and run the company and the people that actually work at the company. And so there's like a mediator, a moderator, a middle person. There's a middle something. But what they're trying to do is keep this connection with their workers, not just go through a union. So they shut it down. So a couple of facts. You want to read the facts? You want to go through the facts? And then we have a timeline, and we're going to do some
straight facts, homie.
Hey.
Sorry. That's from a podcast that I like. Over $4 billion doll hairs is loaded on gift cards from October to December every year.
Tyler, that's
October,
freakish.
November, that's 3 months.
Wow.
It's Christmas.
4 million. Yeah, it is. There's so people are giving gift cards. I would give that before I would give somebody cash. I'm not going to hand somebody $20, but I'll give them a Starbucks gift card. Should I be handing them money?
I mean,
crypto?
You should give them some Bitcoin. And you're just like,
money.
Give it to your like somebody's older is like, here's some Bitcoin, and it's just like coins from Chuck E. Cheese. You're like, Bitcoin.
Random. It's like cling, 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 cling,
yeah.
cling.
Seriously, if Starbucks was a bank, it would rank as the 385th biggest bank in the country.
There's a lot of banks out there.
There's a lot of banks.
Yeah.
You make bank at a bank.
Bank.
Whenever people are talking to me, they're like, oh, it's a good bank. Well, banks are blah, blah, blah. Interest rates are good. I go, bank's going to make money. When have you ever seen a ratchety looking bank? They all look pretty nice.
Some more than others.
Some people that work at banks, I don't trust them.
Oh, you shouldn't.
No. I work at
because they're back there
bank
with a laser jet printer, inkjet printer, cutting up money and washing it.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Let me tell you something, Neil.
Yes.
When I was in high school, I'm not kidding. I've told you the story about the kid that was in the grade above me that borrowed a school printer and printed off $10 bills and then got arrested at school. Well, and then he made a lot of money later. And then I think he actually passed away recently. I think he had something. But all that to say, I don't trust people at the bank. Yeah. If somebody works at a bank
don't trust them.
For a bank, I don't trust them.
I wouldn't either.
I wouldn't even do a podcast.
Oh, you're going to wear a suit all of a sudden?
Yeah. Oh, you're going to dress cool, and then you're like,
you're better than me.
Now I got to wear Vans. A little classy. Got to stop wearing my LeBrons.
Yes.
I'm sorry. This money, the Starbucks, back to it, Neil. Neil, can we get back to the topic?
Thank you.
We're 20-minute episodes.
I apologize.
Every episode.
I had an idea.
The money that Starbucks, do you want to say it?
Nope.
Oh, okay. The money that Starbucks gets, they use up front as revenue immediately. So it's not like, I'm paying them $20 for the gift card, and then they're just going to be like, all right, we're going to hold this until you spend your like they use your money.
Yeah. It's
straight up. Now tell me, do you really want to use my money forever? No. Before you ever use the card one time. Starbucks is used nearly 3 times as much as PayPal. That's insane.
That is kind of crazy.
That's insane. PayPal is like the biggest online, well, I guess Amazon would be the biggest, right? They're using more than PayPal.
Yeah,
probably second. Stripe. I have a Stripe. You have Stripe?
I do too.
Sick.
Square?
You cash out, my guy?
Space?
Can I scan your QR code?
Space.
Starbucks may actually be your bank and you don't even know it.
Yeah.
Ooh, we should, if we clipped pieces and put that at the beginning, that should have been the beginning.
That would be it?
Starbucks may be your bank and you don't even know it.
Can we stop this and start over again?
I think it's too late.
I think it's too late.
We had the music, remember? That whole thing. We did a whole thing.
Hey, it's everything. I forgot about this one.
You're really trying to get your money's worth out of this.
Everything you need to know.
That's it. There's nothing else to that. That was all it is.
That's the title, and we never use it.
We never do.
Oh,
because we get sidetracked, Tyler.
Not me. I would never.
I mean, we get sidetracked.
But his music does feel very much Hey,
Hey,
you guys ordered a pizza?
Starbucks might be your bank. You just didn't know it.
That's good.
I'm sorry. All right, so here's the timeline. Just give you a little bit of a rundown on the timeline, and we're going to call a special mystery guest. I know.
Oh my god, an insider.
An insider
trading.
Oh, we're going to do
Martha
it.
Stewart.
We're going to do it. It's she and Snoop. They're going to hit us. All right. So 1971 is the very first Starbucks in Seattle, downtown. They started
We've
in
been there
Seattle.
together.
Only. We did.
We went there
We
together.
went there together and took a lot of pictures, drank a lot of coffee.
A lot of coffee.
It's a small, humble little place. It's not like a
humble
big.
abode.
Yeah, it's nice. It's right there by the water.
By the fish market.
It's right there by the water.
You want a trout? Teach a man to fish. Buy a fish.
Somebody hit that guy in the face with a trout.
With a trout. Did you know this? I didn't know this till the first time I went to the Starbucks, in the original Starbucks. The reason Pike Place, which is like their medium roast, the regular roast, not that good roast, it's called that because the street that it is on is called Pike Place.
How crazy is that?
It's pretty lazy to me.
Yeah, it's lazy. Gosh.
Come on.
Howard?
You're better than Howard
You
Schultz.
couldn't do
He's like,
that?
I didn't start it.
He
I
didn't
just
start it.
bought it.
So the original owners, they sold it to Howard Schultz in 1987.
Didn't he work for him and then he left
Yes.
and then came back and then bought it?
That's later, but
Okay,
yes.
sorry.
So he leaves here for a while. So in the next 3 years, in 1990, they had 84 locations. So they start branching out. They're getting it all over the U.S. In 1996, they went. So I mean, think about this. In 6 years, they went from 84 locations to 677 locations. They went international. They opened up in Japan for the first time
In 96.
in 96.
But they had the Atlanta Olympics that year.
Oh
And
my
that was
gosh,
also
you're right.
Kobe Bryant's rookie year.
Wow.
And that's when he was like, we're going to Japan. He's like, there's too many good things happening here in the United States. We got to expand.
Got to go to Japan. In the year 2000, they went from 677 locations to 3,501. And then in 2008, here's where everything changes. In 2008, they had 16,680 stores. What is that? Do the math on that, Tyler. 3,500 up to 16,680.
I mean, it's times 5.
That's a lot. That's absolutely crazy. So that is at a rate. They're opening globally 7 new stores every minute.
That's called an exponential increase. And so what you have is you have this linear increase and then it starts expanding. And once it does, it goes up.
I mean,
It's the reason people can make a lot of money on the stock market if they leave their money in a long time, but it's only after like 20 to 30 years. And then it becomes an
then
exponential
it becomes
increase.
better.
Yeah.
Well, do you guys remember what happened in 2008?
That was a recession.
Yeah,
Yeah.
recession hits. Okay, so they were in the process of becoming this global giant, but their quality was really going downhill. Only McDonald's is bigger when it comes to market caps. And Howard Schultz did this thing. I think you probably remember this. He closed every store for a day.
Yes, because
Shut
they were making terrible
everything. They're making
cappuccinos or something.
terrible stuff.
Espressos.
They shut it down for a day, and it was a $6 million loss in profit for one day. What they did is they went through espresso excellence
Training.
Then later on that year, in the same year, in 2008, so this is when Howard is back. Howard has definitely come back at this point. They flew 10,000 partners to New Orleans for a conference. It cost them $30 million to bring all these people from all these restaurants or Starbucks. Would it be a restaurant?
Yeah, that food. I eat their bacon egg bites all the time.
Oh my gosh, their bacon egg
So
bites are.
good.
Oh my god.
I used to be the wrap for a while. I did that, but then I was like, you know what? Get out of here, cabs.
Man, it feels good
Well,
to
like
be
a-
a gangster. That kind of rap.
Yes, the
Yeah.
Office.
Mhm.
Office Space. No, what was it called? Office Space?
It was Office Space.
Yeah.
So they closed 600 stores in 2008. Yeah, they closed another 300 in 2009,
Okay.
and he really began expanding this thing outside of Seattle, like making sure that the quality of this thing was really, really good.
Okay.
There are 170,000 different varieties of drinks. The first one that hit, 170,000 varieties of
Yeah,
drinks.
it's like,
Tyler.
oh, sugar with 1 grain, sugar with 2 grain, sugar with 3 grain.
That's not how it
That's
goes.
exactly what
That's
it
not
is.
how it goes.
That's ridiculous.
We are going to do our call with you know what?
Should we call that insider trading?
I'm going to call Insider right now. I'm going to call this person here, and we're going to find out
Is it Howard?
if this is actually true. Hey, Howie,
Howard the
how you
Duck
doing?
Schultz.
How you doing? Let's see.
Hey, we read your book Onward. Pretty good.
Yeah, that's also a Pixar movie. Onward.
Yeah, that's pretty good too.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Chris Pratt. Pratt.
Pratt Attack.
Oh. Pratt Attack.
Hello.
Oh, it's Aristocrats.
Hey, who is this?
This is Sydney.
Sydney
Sydney.
Greathouse.
Who's your employer, Sydney?
Who now?
Who's your employer?
to Starbucks.
Starbucks.
Insider trading. Here
This
we
is
go.
it. This is it.
Here we go. Buy or sell.
Sydney, you work at Starbucks. How long have you worked at Starbucks?
A year, like yesterday.
A year yesterday.
It's a
First
one-year
of all,
anniversary.
thank you for your service.
Yeah.
Second of all, because I go there a lot.
Yep, same.
All right, we're arguing. You've worked there for a year. You have worked in 3 different locations.
Why'd
haven't
you say we're arguing? We're not arguing at all.
No, this is an argument, Tyler. This is what it looks like.
We agree.
This is
Going in?
yeah. So where are the 3 different cities that you worked at?
I've worked in Columbus, Ohio, in the city. I've worked in Little Rock, and now I'm working in Conway, Arkansas.
How about that?
The
So-
3. They call those the big 3.
You're international now.
International, I know.
Yeah.
That's a spot.
All right, so here you're gonna have to help us out because you see the combinations that people put together, the crazy stuff that they're right now. The math, actually, the internet tells us that there are over 170,000 different drink combinations. Do you believe that?
Wow. Yeah.
That's a no.
Yeah, honestly.
Boom.
No. Listen.
She said it because you influenced her.
No.
You Joe Rogan her.
No.
Don't you think that maybe the vaccine, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, Joe.
Yeah. There's how many do you think there are? If there's not 170,000, how many do you think there are?
Of like drink combination? No, yeah, Sydney, you're the expert. I'll shut up.
There's so many drinks on the menu, and then obviously a lot of drinks go viral on TikTok, and so I keep up with the people who make them popular. So there's those, and then there's just like alterations that people make, and then they like tell their friends their little alterations, and then those become a big thing. So honestly, the amount of combinations is probably You said 170,000?
Yeah,
170,000, Sydney.
Yeah,
I believe it.
yeah, she believes it.
1 grain of sugar, stevia. 1 grain of sugar, regular sugar.
So some of those different flavors, they definitely take off on TikTok, which I know you've talked about that a lot. They said that Frappuccino was one of the first like bangers that they had. Like, this is an absolute incredible drink. They're like, okay, nobody knew it was going to do that, but then pumpkin spice latte was the next one. Do you like it? Tyler gets it.
I love it, actually. I was so against it because I was like, I'm not a generic white girl, and I'm like, I'm not going to get hype about this. And then when it's in season, I love it. It's delicious. What about you, Sydney? Is it good or bad?
I do like half of the amount of pumpkin spice, and then I do like white mocha with it or something different. I can't do the full pumps of the pumpkin spice, and I don't even put the spice on it. I just do the syrup because I don't like the spice.
Okay.
I know. Okay. Sorry.
Spice on the movie Dune. That's what they're after.
Yeah, that's what they're after. The spices. The Zendaya 7 days of filming.
Oh.
Hey, what is the best drink at Starbucks, Sydney? Sorry.
God. Well, if you do anything with blonde espresso, it'll make it better. That's
Okay.
my opinion. So take any espresso drink and do blonde. I like to do one of my favorite drinks at the moment is I'll do like a grande iced latte with 2 pumps of white mocha, extra cinnamon powder, and oat milk, and it tastes like Cinnamon Swiss Crunch coffee.
Okay, I'm probably gonna
That sounds great.
need to get that in writing
Yeah,
because I'm gonna try it.
Tyler's definitely going to get that one.
It's going on my list.
Sydney, is it true or false that you know whether or not I'm in the drive-through based off of when I order?
100%.
100%.
And it's funny too because Tyler has ordered a pumpkin spice latte from my location,
Yes, I have.
and Dad is there like every other day.
Yeah,
Getting
every
coffee.
other day. Sometimes I just want to go there and see it. That's not weird at all.
No.
Not weird at all. Okay, so the other
a good dad, Neil.
I'm a good dad.
He's a good dad.
So there's this rumor out there, and I don't know. You got to fact check us on this. So the cold beverages are much more important now than they used to be. So you got iced coffee, you got nitro, you got cold foam, you got cold brewed. The internet says that about 45% of all the drinks are served cold. Is that true?
Yeah. Even in the winter, I notice that a lot. Iced coffee is definitely rising faster than hot coffee is. I mean, I still make hot coffees, but I hardly make a hot latte. I will make them iced all the time.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a dish best served cold. Revenge.
And it's like kind of an age spectrum thing too. Like, if we're being honest, the elderly people like their coffee hot. The really young people like it cold, and then there's a lot of frappuccinos, so of course that makes a lot of the beverages cold. But yeah. I would say for sure.
Do you think it's because old people are usually colder because they don't know how to work a thermostat? And young people are like, yeah, just turn the heat up. So I don't care if it's cold outside. I'm sitting in a car. I know how an air conditioner works.
Yep.
My Ford ain't got no heat on it, boy. Roll the window up. Sorry.
Oh,
sorry.
all right, Sydney. Last question for you. What is the craziest drink that somebody's ordered from you?
Oh God. I've had somebody. There's this one regular that comes in, and their drink is not. I wouldn't say it's bananas, but I wouldn't say that it's good. They do 15 pumps of like 3 different kinds of syrup
No.
in a venti cup, and then they get iced coffee, but no ice, and extra soy, and it looks
Oh,
like
no.
disgusting, like something from the river.
Yeah. That can't,
What is this?
That's terrible.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt movie? Get out of here,
Yeah,
you
that's
hipster.
that's terrible.
Hey, okay. So I have a notes page in my phone of like people that I'm around, their drinks, and like if I'm gonna go surprise them, get a drink or whatever, I know what to order them, so I put them in there. I have one of my friends that has a drink, and I want you to tell me what this says about them, okay? Because you get to see, like, you hear a drink, you're like, oh, that's complicated or that's pretty basic, and then in your mind you like think of the kind of person they are, and then they drive up and you're like, oh, okay. So I'm gonna give you a couple, okay? So let's do the first one. First one, this person, I'll give you 2, okay? First one wants a venti iced coconut milk mocha macchiato, half pump of white chocolate, light drizzle, upside down.
Oh, okay. First red flag. Never get a macchiato upside down. It ruins the whole point. Just order an iced latte.
Okay. Got him,
Like-
Chad.
Like, that was one thing I was hoping you guys would mention was something about it. It's the macchiatos, but the shots that you put on top are avocado shots. It's like a fancy name for this thing. You put the shots on top. So you get the espresso first and like the milky, syrupy, whatever last.
Okay.
And it kind of like filters through. If you get it upside down, you just end up putting the shots at the bottom. That's just called a latte.
It's someone who doesn't understand the system. That's it. I like it.
Yeah.
Man, this is good.
I mean, what? And you don't have to say who it is, but like, what is? How would you describe?
It's Chad. It's Chad.
Chad Denman.
Chad did it. Chatty D. And it's funny whenever I go, like, cause I'm in Bryant, and I'll go like grab some coffee before something, before church or whatever, before we hang out, and I'll drive through and I'll say his, and I'm like very careful, and they go, "Is this for Chad?" They know. He's like the only dude that orders it.
John Boyd actually gets 8 espresso shots with some heavy cream and then sugar-free vanilla. I'm like, John, just pay somebody to punch you in the face.
There's a name for that. Don't they call that at Press and Port? Don't they call it like the John Boyd or something?
I think they do. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
I think we're only like legally allowed to give 10 shots of espresso out.
That's
I
crazy.
can't remember the max, but that's the most I've ever had somebody order. With
It's
10.
too much.
It's too much.
It's
Yeah.
too much.
That's a lot.
It's too much. All right. Thank you, Sydney.
Thank
we
you so
need
much,
an expert on this, and I appreciate you being there for us.
We're
Thank you.
definitely gonna do the stock market based on your information.
Yep.
So insider
Definitely.
trading, you'll be in
Definitely.
prison, but a nice prison, a Martha Stewart prison.
Oh. All right. Thanks, Sid.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. See ya.
Okay. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Well, you're talking. Do you love me?
That's my daughter.
Do you love me?
That's my daughter.
Do you love me?
How are you?
You didn't
gonna
say
come
you
at
love me, Neil. You was talking about TED Talks.
All right. So this thing,
I just used the restroom on myself
You
a
did.
little because
Yeah.
I screamed when I yelled. I gotta go. I'll be right back.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's Tinkle Time with Tyler. Hey, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you stuck it out. This is important. My daughter, Sydney Greathouse, she works at Starbucks, and she does a great job. There are times where I will actually go through the drive-thru just to see her, and I'll try and mask my voice in the drive-thru window. 2 days ago, I said, listen, I want a coffee, but I need steamed heavy whipping cream in there, but I don't need just the normal 3/4 of an inch of it. I don't need one. I need an obscene, I said an offensive amount of heavy cream in there. And I'm doing a different voice. She's like, Dad, what are you doing? Okay. So this is the other fact that is really, really interesting. I know Tyler joked around about it, that he's like, oh, Frappuccinos, whatever. How is that a thing? Starbucks actually has this. There's an effect it has. It's called the Frappuccino effect, where when a Starbucks goes into a neighborhood within a certain radius of that Starbucks, nearby homes appreciate by 90%. Now, a normal home that is not near a Starbucks in that same city averages out to where those homes appreciate by 65%. So the odds of your home being worth more after a Starbucks goes within driving distance of it, within a certain radius, is so much better. So if a Starbucks comes in your neighborhood, it is better.
Yeah.
You agree?
Better. Yeah, I totally agree. I'm with you, Neil. Build back better. Yeah,
for sure.
I always think of big baller brand. Whenever they say that, I'm like, never lost. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the same thing with Amazon. They're like, Amazon headquarters in your area. But then also what it does is it drives up the price because you just influx people that are making more than the people that are working there.
Yep.
People lose their house. It has pros and cons.
It does.
Yeah, like jails and sports.
Yeah, pros and cons.
Sorry. So first I've made that joke and I got him backwards. Sorry. That's my bad.
So in 2009, this is when Starbucks created the Starbucks card and their mobile app. So right now, out of any restaurant or service provided, theirs is the highest rated and most popular of all reward apps.
Because of the stars?
Yes, because it started with stars. So you could so the value of a star was worth twice the dollar amount that star cost you. So you could get more money or more for your money by using their app. And that's where the stars came in. They rewarded you for the stars.
Yeah.
So it was one of the very first reward systems that was out there. They said, we want to keep this digital flywheel going. So here are a couple of facts and figures. This is kind of incredible. 25% of all transactions were through their app. This is in 2009. Now, 44% of all business is done through the Starbucks card. This number is nuts. $2.4 billion is held in cash uploaded by customers that they don't use. They're holding $2.4 billion. So the ecosystem of using the app and mobile ordering, what it does is people forget about the dollar amount that they have there. And you could have a penny on there. Other cards, you have to carry a minimum balance. For the Starbucks card, you don't have to. 10% of all the money that is uploaded to the card or the app is never used. It's just sitting
money
there.
They keep.
Yep. So this is the industry calls this thing, it's called breakage. It's a guarantee. So you've probably been to conferences or things like that where they have these big bins outside. Or like, hey, throw us your old gift cards that you don't know what the balance is and put it on there. And they conglomerate all this together and they actually will cash out and give that money to homeless people and all that kind of stuff. That's what this breakage is that extra 10%.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to tell you the one thing I don't like about Starbucks star thing.
Yeah.
I don't like that your stars expire. That bothers me.
Yeah,
That's annoying.
Yeah, that
I'll
is.
be on there because I like to save them and like wait till there's like a cool mug or something. I don't usually, until about 2 weeks ago, I never used it for drinks or food ever. Really? I would only use it for like when I would wait till a good mug. Yeah. And I bought like, what's your star count right now? Pull up your star count. Because you and I both kind of roll up high on the stars, don't we? Don't you keep it?
Yeah, I don't really use them. Let me see.
Yeah, me neither. I just started using mine. I've used about 1,000 stars in the past like 3 weeks. I bought my daughter a mug for school.
For real?
Yeah.
I got 1,047 stars. Is that bad?
Oh, no, that's good. I thought you were going to have more than that. I have 17, just under 1,800. So
wow.
1,790.
No, I used it because I bought 2 cups.
See, that's going to use up, 800 stars?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had like almost 3,000 stars. And what's the highest you've ever gotten on stars? Because a lot of times I'll have like 2,000 to 3,000.
Yeah.
It's my like kind of how I stockpile it before they start kind of rolling off.
Yep.
And
they'll tell you that too.
They'll be like notification, and I'm like, oh, but I don't ever see them because I usually use my
watch.
And it freaks.
Time.
They
don't know what to do.
No, 1 out of 3 times they're like, why are you holding your arm out?
I had somebody give me a thumbs up. They went, hey man, good job. I'm like, no, I'm holding my wrist out to you. They're like, hey.
You do the Joaquin Phoenix gladiator. That's good.
Yes.
Sorry. Okay.
They're not actually called baristas. The company doesn't call them that. They
Stewardess.
call them
flight attendants. What are they called?
I think it's pilots.
Pilots.
They're pilots. Pirates? Nobody just gets to pick to be a pirate.
You can't be the first show and call yourself a pirate. You got to be a pilot.
They're called partners. They also, every employee, whether you're full-time or part-time or whatever, they get shares in the company. It's called Beanstalk.
So does Sydney have shares in the company?
Yeah, we actually got something in the mail for her yesterday.
That's cool.
Yeah, I reinvested it back into my own stocks. No, I didn't. That's crazy.
Do you have stock in Starbucks?
No. Should I? I don't know. I don't know.
Go ahead.
So they've got some challenges ahead. Here are some things that Starbucks is facing coming up. Pre-pandemic, 80% of all transactions were on-the-go orders. So on the go means that you're coming through the drive-through or you're getting a mobile pickup. 80% of all of their business is coming through that. Now, they pride themselves on having that customer connection. They have this thing called a customer connection score. They want to keep the experience where people still have that connection with the barista or the partner or whatever, where you get to know them, they know you, but it gets increasingly difficult because people order on the mobile app and then they go in, they grab it and they leave and they never see or talk to that person. So it's like you might as well be Amazon of coffee. Yeah. Or the drive-through,
which wouldn't be a bad thing. Amazon does pretty well.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they really, really well. So what's interesting is Starbucks is struggling with that experience because it's kind of going away. They're trying to encourage people to come back into the store, but they know that that's not where technology is going because they can't actually keep that user connection to that customer connection really high. So I didn't realize this. Starbucks, when they first started, they're in major cities: Chicago, New York, Miami, LA, San Francisco. They're out there, and what you're getting is people who are it's all foot traffic. You're walking in, you're getting that person or whatever. But the further they moved out into the suburbs, that's when drive-throughs came in because people aren't walking to Starbucks, they're driving to it. So the further they went out into the suburbs, that customer connection went down. Where they used to have it, you would go to your coffee Starbucks on the way to work in New York City and you would see your guy. You would go in there and see him every single day, and they don't have that anymore. They're losing that. So that is a big thing that they're working on. It's more difficult to keep that going. They implemented something recently that you no longer need to buy a coffee to sit in their store and use their Wi-Fi. You don't have to buy a coffee to do it anymore, which is kind of cool.
As opposed to Mugs and Argenta, that's like, it is etiquette to buy a new. I know they used to do that when it was the previous owner.
Oh, okay.
Every 2 hours is the etiquette. Now I actually go to the one.
For real?
Yeah.
You go to the one in the Heights?
No. Well, yeah, I like it a lot better.
Yeah.
But no, I go to the coffee shop where the previous owner actually.
Oh, wow.
But I spend like $20 for breakfast.
I know
so it's like they don't grab too much.
I know what you're talking about. So. They implemented and they've got their own ecosystem. They got the tall, grande, venti, and all that kind of stuff. The things that are kind of controversial for them, it's interesting, is all the heat that they got over the Christmas cups, over these little things. They've created this system. They're so well known, but they're right about at that same tipping point that they used to be, where when Howard Schultz came back in and had to right the ship because they're growing so rapidly, they can't keep that connection. You've got them in Kroger's, you got them in Safeways, they're in Targets, they're in everywhere, and those aren't even real stores.
Okay.
Sydney can't transfer from her Starbucks to any of the ones that are at Targets or airports or other stores because those are not actually considered partner stores. So it's kind of wild.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Yeah.
Dope. We looked into about 10, 12 years ago, Amanda and I wanted to franchise Starbucks. You can't franchise. Real? No, Starbucks owns them all. So you can't franchise it.
Oh, you can franchise a Chick-fil-A, can't you?
Yeah.
But you can't do
Can't do Starbucks.
You were going to do it in Searcy.
Yeah, because there were no coffee shops in Searcy.
Oh, they have the one right on campus now, and it's gorgeous.
Yeah, they have Starbucks there. And they had like a Midnight Oil or something, or maybe it was about to open.
Yeah.
I don't know. They didn't have anything, and I was like, this is a perfect spot. It's college. But I pursued it, and then they're like, no, we don't franchise.
That's crazy.
I burned it to the ground.
So the reason why Starbucks might actually be your bank is if you use their mobile app or you use a card, they're holding onto your money and they're using it and reinvesting it and making money off of you before you ever buy a product with that. And they're absolutely they're the third largest, like overall. There's PayPal, there's Starbucks, and then there's every other bank in the United States underneath that. They're moving their way up. Like PayPal, it may not be used as much, but PayPal has more money sitting in their accounts just because everything's digital. So you want to, you want to play basketball?
Let's do it. 3v3 day. They. What's that?
They.
Sorry.
Welcome to the party, pal. This is 3v3.
What is the smallest cup that they have? They have tall, but then they have one that's smaller than that. Dang it, Sydney. Hang on, I'm gonna ask her.
Small.
No, it's something else. What do they call
that?
There's
small
like
and tall.
Super tiny one.
I thought it was called a small.
I don't think so.
Okay, well, we'll just sit here in silence while you figure it out.
I'm gonna ask her because they have tall. They have maybe it's called a short. Maybe that's what it's called.
Yeah, short sounds right. That's what I said.
Does that sound right?
I don't know.
All right. All right. So we're actually gonna do this little one. So 3v3. We both come up with 3 different concepts and we figure out who wins. Hey, do we ever actually say who wins these?
Yeah, I do.
You say who wins them,
No,
or
I
you
win.
win them?
I win them.
See, I feel like that should go to a vote. You know, the 10,000 people in the
What the
Academy of
people on
Motion Picture
Patreon
Arts and
vote?
Sciences.
Why don't we? Why don't the Patreon people tell us who wins underneath the like? 'cause you know they
Patreon
can
people,
comment.
please do that.
Yeah, please start saying in the comments who won 3v3.
Oh my god,
That would be dope.
That would
And
be.
then debate it. Like, give us a reason why. Like, Tyler won because I just love him and you like me.
I just love him and we like it. My wife.
My wife.
All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna say here's Starbucks new cup names, sizes.
Sizes,
So
got it.
sizes. You have venti, you have grande, you have tall, you have it's short. That's what it is, and it's only offered hot. That's what theirs is actually called. Tall is the smallest size for cold drinks. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
So I think I know why they do that too, because the short is just like a little. You get like a little espresso shot.
Yeah, you just
which
little
I
guy.
do at my house in the morning, and it doesn't even fill up the cup, and I just go.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. It's like the worst ASMR ever. Jeff Dunham.
Okay, all right. So let's do this. The new Starbucks cup size name
Okay.
for Tyler is
No, you go first.
no.
I think mine are better, so
you
I'll go first.
always go. Okay, mine was going to be a little nugget.
Little Nugget.
Yeah, I was going to say a little chicken nugget, but then I know we're going meatless. There's a lot
well,
of things like
you also know that's
Beyond little nugget.
Yeah, you know that's my basketball
Yeah.
team I coach.
Little
Their
nuggets.
name's the
Little-
Chicken Nuggets.
Oh, yes, right.
The chicken nuggets, and so it's copyrighted.
Mine's going to be a little nugget.
Okay, well mine, this is for the smallest size,
Oh my gosh.
is Lil Wayne. I've got a theme here.
amazing.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm really proud of this.
Oh my
I just came up
gosh.
with like 3 minutes ago, so I haven't
Lil
talked
Wayne.
the last 4 minutes.
I
'cause
noticed that, and I didn't know what was going on.
I've
And now-
kind of killed this section. Okay, like
It's
murdered
all
on the beat.
No, it's okay.
Okay, go.
Mm. My other one's going to be Little Sebastian.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Was that? But you didn't.
Little Sebastian.
But you're not choosing that officially.
No, I am.
For the smallest,
No,
you only get
I'm
to
just
pick one.
No, you get for any of the sizes. I'm just picking new sizes.
No, we are doing
overall.
sizes.
What?
As tall is the smallest one.
Okay, mid-size Sebastian. Is that what you're hoping for?
Yeah. As long as you follow the rules. We're doing 3 sizes. Tall,
No,
grande,
no, it's
venti.
not mid-size. It's midlife Sebastian. That's what it is. That's mine. Midlife Sebastian. I'm
Stan.
changing it right. Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
Oh my
So
gosh.
smallest for me was Lil Wayne.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so the middle size for me is Common.
Oh,
You see a theme here?
My gosh.
You see a theme
Yeah,
here?
Yeah, I do.
I bet you could guess the last one.
Well, tell me what the last one is.
Notorious B.I.G. So Lil Wayne, Common, and Big.
Mine's gonna be
Notorious
Andre the
B.I.G.
Giant.
Oh, that's
it's like
good.
it's like a big bucket.
It's a big old bucket.
Oh, my!
So-
See, I didn't know we were going with those.
Yeah.
Well,
So
all right.
I actually took it a little further.
Oh,
so if
you got
we
another one.
rapperized the whole menu at Starbucks, if they had like National Rapper Days, like
Yeah.
well, just like a Lil Wayne size, or you could do Common size, which he's a rapper in case you didn't know.
Yeah.
And then he's also an actor. And then you also go Notorious B.I.G. Those are your sizes.
Yeah.
But then you could be like, hey, I'd like to order a vanilla ice latte. You could do, could you put 2 pack of sugar in it? And then you're like, what color cup do you want? I want a red, man.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, that's my method, man, is to get a red, man. And then you're like, could this be a little sweeter? Maybe drop some M&Ms in it. Do you want a lot of espresso? No, make it a slim, shady amount. Here's your change. It's 50 cents. And then if you're like, hey, do you want to add in a breakfast onto that? You can say yay or nos. Do you want a hot or cold? Put an ice cube in it. And then you're like, okay, you can't order in front of her. Those are the jaw rules.
Oh my
Sorry.
gosh!
That's what I listed in the last 2 minutes while you were
my
doing
face
this.
hurts.
Okay, I'm done.
My
I'm
face
done.
hurts.
I'm done. It's just logic, man.
Oh
You remember when I made that video where Amanda and I
Gosh.
talked in just rapper names for a long
I
time?
remember that.
I tried to use it like every week for like 2 years because I was so proud of it. I
that
wrote it on
good.
my prep period.
It was really good. It was worth it.
Thanks. Got into
So
a
the
film
last 4
festival.
minutes were kind of like your prep period.
Yes.
For
Yes, it was.
My Lord. Okay,
I'm out.
that's good.
I'm out.
All right, Patreon subscribers, you guys get to vote on who won that one. I think it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, I'm going to buy a little yachty with my winnings. Sorry.
The question on everyone's mind,
Did Tyler win?
will it rock?
It's pretty easy.
Answer is probably yes.
All right. The Rock. Do you know The Rock's favorite drink in real life?
Yeah, doesn't he have his own energy drink?
No, that's Logan Paul and KSI.
No, he has his own energy drink. What is it called?
Vitamin water.
Town Energy? No.
Town
That's
and
Pete,
country.
Pete Davidson. Pete Davidson.
We are just mumbling through this. That's why we don't record it.
He has it. He has an energy drink. Hang on. You carry this next segment
Okay.
while I go research
So
something.
The Rock's favorite real drink to drink is blueberry coffee. And you think, what is that like? The Rock will order a blueberry muffin and hot water. And then he will proceed to squish that blueberry muffin until the juice dribbles in.
Don't say that.
Dribbles into it. And then he'll dip what at this point now is just a flattened pancake of a blueberry muffin. Dips it in.
It's a scone
and
now.
bites it. But only while skydiving. That's The Rock. The
For
legend of The
real?
Rock. Well, most of it except for the blueberry coffee.
my
part. I didn't know they
gosh.
had blueberry coffee, to be honest with you.
I've never had it. I thought like, are they
I know it's a
roasting
thing.
blueberries like they do coffee beans? That would be terrible.
That would be the
He
gross.
has an energy drink. It is called ZOA Energy. It's from Molson Coors Beverage.
That's a alcohol course. It's light.
It is. It is. He says that it's got like healthy ingredients in it, but
That's good. Okay,
whatever.
so that's what real life The Rock wants. Do you
Yeah.
know what movie The Rock wants?
What?
You know. You
What?
get the honor of saying it because you did the research.
What?
You do your own research.
What?
You tell me.
Hobbs and Shaw.
The greatest movie ever made. What did he?
Hobbs and Shaw. There's a side by side where Jason Statham. What was the joke about that? Jason Statham something, and it rhymes with that. Doesn't matter.
Caravans? Yeah, I like caravans.
I thought you said Care Bears. I'm like, no, I don't
like
think that's what it was.
I like Dags. Like
Dags.
caravans
I
more.
like Dags.
Jason Statham's in that.
Jason Statham. So he's on the right hand side and he's showing his morning routine. He gets up his like a little espresso and he's got his own little press suit.
He's a
and all that
fancy
stuff.
pants.
The fancy pants. And then you have on the left side, Dwayne The Rock Johnson is like barely rolls out of bed.
He's a
like
gritty
like a
reboot.
lumberjack. Yeah, and he is making his coffee and he just eats the beans and drinks some water. He's like, did it.
I'm actually got 2 doctorates. I did it while I was working out on audiobook.
Molson Coors Beverage.
It's the Molson twins. Mary Kate and Ashley
Molson Coors Beverage, sponsored to you from the Olsen twins.
Now with their own moleskin journals.
Taika Waititi Ticonderoga. Taika Waititi
Oh, that was good.
Ticonderoga.
That's good, bro.
Oh, okay. Well, so he's not a really big coffee drinker.
So it does rock.
I mean, do we have to say that? I don't know.
We're legally bound.
We gotta know on the other one. So do we say?
We can only say it doesn't rock once a month, and we already said that for Oscars.
All right. Well, this one definitely rocks.
It definitely rocks. Yes, sir. We promise, sir. It rocks, sir.
So can't have another.
Jumanji.
Also, and I want to apologize to a lot of our listeners here. Dwayne's supposed to be with us again today, but he did run into a scheduling conflict because of Jumanji.
Because Jumanji, he was singing Jumanji the musical.
He was just singing the word Jumanji at his home. He saw that
Jumanji.
as being more valuable use of his time than being here on our podcast.
Yeah, which he was wrong.
hey.
But we would never say it to his face.
No,
Because he's too tall.
we
can't reach.
We're tried.
We tried.
This has been Starbucks is your bank. You may not have actually known it or realized it, but you do have a bank, and it is Starbucks.
I came up with a subtitle for this episode.
Okay.
Starbucks is your bank. Shout it what you drank. Do you like it?
So much better.
Thanks, bro.
The way you said Starbucks is you drank.
Starbucks you drank. Shout it what you drank. Starbucks is
Your
bank.
last sentence just trailed off.
Shout it what you
Starbucks.
drank. Shout it what you drank.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you guys for coming to my TED Talk.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Explain Everything podcast. You can follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Explain Everything Podcast. We're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, but you're already here. We love you. No, actually, we're in love with you. Thanks for coming on our TED Talk. Bye.